Do you want help keeping track of all of the sights, sounds, textures, places, people that your doodle needs positive, ongoing, and quality exposures to? Don't try to keep track of it all in your mind. Use my free puppy socialization checklist. You can find it for free at thedoodlepro.com/socialization. If your doodle gets wild at the same time every day, this episode is going to explain exactly why that happens and what it means about their schedule. Stick with me, because once you see this pattern, you'll understand why the chaos shows up right on time and what to change. Doodle dogs are easy to fall in love with, but living with one can feel overwhelming if you don't have the right guidance. I'm Corinne Gearhart, known as the Doodle Pro, and I help doodle parents build calmer, more connected, and more rewarding relationships with their dogs using positive science-based training. I've spent years working exclusively with doodles across many different mixes and personalities, and I understand what makes them wonderfully unique and sometimes uniquely challenging. On this podcast, I bring you practical, compassionate guidance along with insights from trusted training, grooming, and veterinary professionals, so you can get doodle-specific answers that actually fit your real life. I'm so glad you're here. Let's help you parent your doodle like a pro. Let me describe something I see all the time. Every day, around the same hour, your doodle suddenly turns into a different dog. They're barking out the front window at absolutely nothing, or losing their mind at an imaginary Amazon delivery driver that hasn't even shown up yet. They're stealing socks, dish towels, shoes, anything they can grab to start a game you didn't agree to play. They're pacing, whining, circling the house, or melting down on walks over things they handled just fine earlier. And you're standing there thinking, we already walked. You had a frozen Kong. Why is this happening again? It feels random, or like your doodle just has a daily witching hour. This is the part where a lot of doodle parents start blaming themselves or blaming their dog. So I want to say this clearly. Your doodle isn't giving you a hard time. They're having a hard time. The barking, the sock stealing, the window patrol, that's not misbehavior. That's a nervous system looking for direction. And that's where this concept comes in. What you're seeing is what I call predictable chaos. And predictable chaos comes from predictable gaps in structure. Predictable chaos comes from predictable gaps in structure. Doodles don't run on clocks. They run on anticipation. Their nervous system is constantly tracking what usually happens next. When their day has long stretches with no clear job, no clear transition, no clear downshift, their body fills in the gap for them. That's when the barking starts. That's when the sock stealing starts. That's when the chaos shows up right on schedule. And this is an important piece that gets missed. This behavior shows up at the same time every day because your doodle's predicting the gap before you notice it. Their body knows what's coming next, or more accurately, what isn't coming next. So while you're finishing work, making dinner, or shifting gears mentally, your doodle's thinking, nothing's happening. I don't know what my job is. I don't know how long this lasts. And that uncertainty creates pressure. And pressure looks like barking, grabbing things, or inventing chaos. This isn't excess energy. It's unmet expectation. When a doodle melts down at the same time every day, it's usually communicating one thing. I don't know what I'm supposed to do right now. The day stopped making sense earlier, and the behavior shows up later. Behavior doesn't come out of nowhere. It shows up where structure is missing. So here's what I want you to do today. This is your takeaway. Write down the exact time your doodle's chaos usually starts. Not the evening, not after work, the actual time. Now, look 30 to 60 minutes before that and ask yourself one question. What was my doodle supposed to do during this time? Not what you hoped would happen, not what sometimes works. What was actually structured there? If the answer is nothing specific, that's your gap. That's where calm fell apart. You don't fix this by reacting once the barking or sock stealing starts. You fix it by adding structure before your doodle feels the need to create their own entertainment. This is why more exercise doesn't always solve it, and why adding more cues doesn't make it stick. Calm doesn't come from doing more. It comes from helping the day make sense to your doodle. I walk through this exact pattern inside Your Doodle's daily schedule blueprint, because once you can see where structure slips, fixing it becomes surprisingly simple. Next week, I'm breaking down the one schedule mistake that keeps calm from sticking, even when you're trying really hard. Because it's not inconsistency that sabotages calm. It's inconsistent anchor points. Thanks for spending this time with me. If today's episode helped you, be sure to follow the show so you don't miss what's coming next. I'll see you in the next episode.